Today I'm using my steam juicer to make muscadine jelly. A steam juicer has 3 compartments. The bottom part is for your water, the second part is where the juice is collected, and the top part is where your fruit goes. So I have my clean muscadines in the fruit basket on the top section. And then you turn the heat on high to get the water boiling, and you turn it down just enough to keep it boiling as the fruit breaks down and the juice is extracted. And then every 30 minutes or so, I drain the juice out of the collector. And the reason I love my steam juicer so much is because it is so hands-off. The only thing you have to do is make sure that bottom compartment does not run out of water. And you'll know when it's done. Of course, the more fruit you start with, the longer this process will take. I started with my top compartment about half full, and I ended with about 4 quarts of grape juice. To make the jelly, I'm going to use 8 cups of this juice and make a double recipe of the grape jelly recipe in the Ball Blue Book. It does call for an insane amount of sugar. For every 4 cups of juice, you use 6 3/4 cup of sugar and 1 packet of liquid Sure-Gel. But you start with the juice and the sugar, you let it come to a rolling boil and add your Sure-Gel, and then bring that back to a rolling boil for 1 minute. I knew when I started out that my pot was not really big enough for this. You want your pot to be really oversized when you're making jelly, because you will make a mess like I did here, and I burned jelly onto my glass top stove. It took me about 3 days to clean all of that burnt on jelly off the top of my stove. Once your jelly is boiled for 1 minute, you cut the heat off and begin filling your jars. And I got this new ForJars funnel set, and I love it. It has these notches on the inside of the funnel that allow you to easily see the level that you have your headspace at. So for jelly, you want to fill your jars to a 1/4 inch headspace, and you want to be certain that you wipe the rims of your jars really well, because this is a very sticky and messy process, and you want your rims to be very clean so that you get a good seal between your lid and the jar in the canning process. So you put your lids and rings on, they go into a hot water bath canner and process for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, you turn the heat off, remove the lid, and let them sit for another 5 minutes before you remove them to an area where they can sit undisturbed until they are completely cool. And this is what our final jelly looks like. All of my jars did seal and set properly. This turned out to be my favorite jelly that I have made this year, and probably ever. I will try to make this with less sugar in the future, but jelly is a treat. It's not something we eat all the time. My kids love grape jelly, and this is a homemade version of the store-bought grape jelly.